tonight, just to get the business real quick, we are working on the one-to-one heart, beefy boy, my second child. We are putting in these little tiny glass disco tiles on the inside. We fix the mic a little. Now these are pre-sticked, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna break them apart, and we are going to lay them down. Unfortunately, they don't match up 100% on the Haro, so we do have some gaps. Nothing I am too concerned about. You're not gonna really see too much on the inside. All you're really gonna get is the sign and the glitter effect off of these. But I am going to try and do the ear flaps as best as I can. There are gonna be spaces on the side. Mainly, I don't want to put the glass tiles too far up close to the edge because they are a little sharp, and I don't want to be stabbing myself every time I reach in here. But these are pretty plain and simple. I give them a little bit of a pre-bend before applying, just so that they break apart a tiny bit easier. They are a little difficult to get off the sheet. If anybody is wondering where I got these off of Amazon. You get like 5 strips of these for like $7. You just break them apart. And then I just carefully lay them down as best as I can. Really, that's all you can do. Sometimes I'll get an extra one that quite fit on the end. I'll just slap it back on the sheet and move on until I need it. And if you can hear the music in the background, we are listening to Jensen Studio from my buddy Uncle Ricky, aka True Grandma. You can find him everywhere, even on Spotify. If you find him on Instagram, he does a beat a day. Howdy, Ian. Thanks for joining. Yeah, this is a disco horror. I'm really excited for this one. I once I get my 3D printer up and working because that's been a learning curve. I'm gonna 3D print a little disco ball, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find a DJ table so that I can make a little platform and stick it on the bottom, so I can put a little DJ Haro in it, Haro section, if you will. But I'm also gonna try and find like a push LED light to put in here, so that when it turns on, you get all the sparkle and reflection of the tiles. And I'm really excited for it. Right now, I'm just laying down these stick-on glass tiles because these are really the closest I could find to quality disco ball tiles without going super huge. Because I don't think it would work if I did any bigger than this one. They're just stickable, and they're little tiny. You can break them apart and do one by one. Um, I'm just putting them down on the ears right now because it's not really easy to put these down on a round surface. Cause they don't line up perfectly. I'm not too concerned though. But how are you doing tonight? How are the fine folks of the internet? Another small issue that these tiles aren't exactly cut perfectly either. So they're like a small little micro variation in size. Not that I am completely worried. Oh, nice. Sounds fun. I know. I need to get a new webcam. This little trooper has lasted me a while. But I would like to get one for like secondary angles. So like you can see me talking while I'm doing this. And all that fun jazz. Be fun. The only really frustrating thing with this right now, is that I've had like a few pieces, no matter how many times I replace, they just fall off the Haro just because of like the curve. So before like GraniteCon in September, I'm gonna have to glue those guys down. But overall, I am digging how this is turning out. I don't want the outside of this one as much as I like the first one I did, but the inside definitely is an improvement from the second one. Howdy, Ty. Welcome to How to Turn a Trash Can into a Disco Ball 1-on-1. I'll be your instructor today. Ah, I love this thing. It's like the most pain in the ass process, but at the same time, it's also super funky, and I dig. And again, if you guys can hear the tunes in the background, That is my buddy, Uncle Ricky, aka True Grandpa, at Jensen Studios. You can check him out on Spotify. It's looking really good. Yeah, I know. I think, like I was telling a few folks earlier, um, once I get my 3D printer fixed, because I fucked up the FEP, the film. And then when I went to replace that, I fucked up the replacement, so now I have another one coming in. It's a learning curve. I'm gonna make a little platform for this, a little disco floor platform, and then I'm gonna print a DJ table, and I'm gonna have a Haro DJing inside of a big Haro, and then I'm gonna put a plus. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just my internet right now. Unfortunately, it comes and goes. I'm in the woods. Gotta love New Hampshire wilderness. You can't get no Wi-Fi here. Gonna get a plus LED, so when it lights up all the signs. It was a bad print. Um, it stuck to the FEP, and I had tried to pop it off, like I had seen in like the videos, but then I accidentally it warped, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable using this when it's warped. So I took it off and screwed everything, used the little Allen wrenches. But I fucked up the other one when putting it on because I'm not a creature of grace, nor am I mechanically inclined. So that was fun. I'm just gonna order like 2 replacement beds and a couple of FEP films and just like have that as backup. But I did manage to print a few things before this all came out, and it really fucking awesome. Hold on. We got crabs. Look at this. It's a Maryland blue crab. Who did not love this? And it's a small one, because I didn't want to make a super big one when I was just starting to print out. But as soon as I get the screen fixed, crab boil. And then I printed this dude. Hold on. It's a deep sea isobar. This one, I'm gonna clean up a little, and I'm gonna put tank parts on. So it's a tankopod. Tankopod. And then I need to brush up on scaling and size because, let's be honest, I am absolutely clueless. So, the miniest of war possums. I don't think you can even see that, but it's a possum with a saddle. And then, hold on. Lowe's bucket. It's a mini Lowe's bucket. And last but not least, where is it? Where'd it go? Hold on. Snail. Look into a Wabam flexible bed plate. Um, is that compatible with the Mars Free Pro? Because I don't know. I've never heard of it, but yet again, this is all new to me. But yeah, like I'm so excited because I'd rather print my minis than have to buy them. And I spent like the day yesterday on Thingiverse looking at shit that I can also incorporate into like dioramas and stuff. So I am very, very excited. Cause like Smithsonian has all of their files free access. So not only can I print like hobby stuff, I can also print some science stuff that I like some hominid fossils. And one of the paleontologists that I follow very closely has all of his fossil find for free access. So his Neoleti fossils and all that good stuff. And of course, I follow a couple other paleontologists and geologists who put their stuff up, which I think that I'm even more excited for that than I am for using it hobby wise. Have some Patreons. Like, can you like just get away with wearing like gloves and a respirator, or is it like anaphylactic? Because I can't use latex, so when I'm working on like molds and stuff, I have to be like dom to the T. And to the rest of the people who are watching, how you guys today? How you doing? What did you have for dinner? I had butter chicken and it was delicious. Oof, that's rough. So like, did you have to sell did you have to sell the printer? If I recall correctly, you just got that right. That sucks. I mean, sure, if you have any Patreon files, if you shoot them over to like Julio and the guys, they might be able to. Doesn't Meg have a 3D printer? I feel like Meg had a 3D printer. I could be wrong. If not, just let me know, and once I get this fixed, I can print it. Okay, I knew one of them had a printer. It still sucks. To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't have any issue with the Ryzen. But I have to be like done to a T. Because anytime I get any sort of Ryzen on my skin, I break out in like a full on rash. Oh, that stinks. Um, Remind me, if you want to do minis, there's there's a company that I've been following, Shiocast. It's plastic instead of resin for minis. Um, it's like this highly recyclable polystyrene, I guess. And I know a couple of mini companies are moving towards that to get more green. So if you want to, just shoot me a message and I can send you over some of the companies. I had inquired from a machine company about getting samples to see how they hold up, but the company's no longer offering samples at the time. So I'm not putting any like of these tiles close towards the end because when these aren't at show, they are being used for storage. Like the other one is being used to hold yarn pom poms right now. So when I reach in, I don't want to stab myself. I've given enough blood to the gunpla gods this year already. Thanks, hobby knife. So I'm just trying to steer clear of putting any of them too close. Also, because I don't want it to interfere with the opening and closing. I'm trying to figure out how to add music to this thing. Just because I think that would be a cool one, but I don't know if I'd have to add it to the base or anywhere else, because I really don't want to have to drill holes in this or leave the bottom part if I don't have to. FDM printing. Someone's sticking to thinking getting a new printer. Yeah, I mean, if that works. This is a very satisfying process, at least on the ears. Cook it lines up a lot better than it does on the main sides. So as soon as I get this part done, I'm gonna do a few more Mod Podge coats to the inside. Just because I've noticed for like a tiny bit of like corner peeling on a few of these. And I'd rather not have them peel up, like right here and stuff. So I'm gonna do like 4 more layers. Just because what I like about Mod Podge is that I noticed it doesn't really fog up if you put too much on. So I feel pretty comfy about adding in a few layers more on top. And then going through and cleaning up the outside. Just because the wear and tear over the last couple months of it's been bumped around, like a few patches that need to get fixed. And then there's spots where I'd like to redo, like right here. I'm not a big fan of these thick lines. So I'm gonna go through and add in some smaller lines on top. I am trying to get this as competition nice as I can. Like I'm not typically one for competitions, But there is something oddly satisfying about bringing Best of Show home last year. And honestly, I'd like to have a second ball that is award winning so I can have a pair of award winning balls. And I think this might just be it. The only downside about this is glass shards, tiny little glass holders. I had to pull out a couple when I was doing this part. I think I'm gonna hit this one with a different top coat than what I used on the last one. Just because I really want this to have more of a gloss look to it. And I used the Montana Gold top coat on this one, on this Haro. And it like this very strong, very wet look to it. That is very enjoyable. So I think I'm gonna hit the top of these with that. Because it only took me, I want to say 2 coats to get this shiny. And it applies pretty well, contrary to what people who have against rattle pan say. And since we are 30 minutes in, I'm going to do a little self promo here. If you like this, go check out the blog at creepin4scalmodels.com. I finally got the domain fixed with WordPress. Like 3 months back, I purchased the custom domain. And for some odd reason, it wouldn't work, and I put in complaint after complaint to fucking their tech support. And they finally got it in. And I'm really happy for what this year is going to bring. This year feels like they're going to be like this massive creative energy from a lot of people. I can only compare it to like a renaissance of sorts. And I'm very excited to see where it goes. Because I follow a bunch of creators who are just doing awesome shit. Big hyped for this year. Maybe this will be the year I finish the PG Unicorn. Ty, what do you think? Is this the year? Granted, I don't have a lot left to do on the unicorn. I just have to do some details on the legs, and then I just gotta paint the arms. I said, is this the year that I finally finished the PG unicorn? You gotta tell me, because I'm not sure if this is the year. I feel like I said that last year or the year before, but I think this year is gonna be a year. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel guilty looking at it because it's been a stealth queen for the past couple months. Tell Kathy hi. Gonna be the year. I'm gonna finish more projects this year than I finished last year. I did not get a lot of time. But I finished school in February. Finished my degree then. And the only thing I'm doing after that is I'm working on my teaching certificate. Because that's happening. Then I'm gonna have a lot more free time. Thanks. I'm really excited for it. Can't wait to get it done, honestly. I love what I do, but there's only so many papers I want to write on. And I hate it now because at this point, it's just like repetitive. We're gonna test you on what you know. I'm like, but I already took like 2 courses on this already. This one's coming out better than the last one did. So, these are the strips, and before I start laying them down, I just go through and I give them a couple, like, waves. Just because it helps break it up a little. If not, it'll come off in large pieces, and I don't need super large for this. It just peels up. And I think when we're done with this, we're gonna work on the nightingale. Because I got a large chunk of that painted. Prime, too. Pabs will be proud. I actually primed this one. You know what's an oddball thing? Well, I wouldn't call it oddball, but like interesting. Um, One thing that helped me get like motivated back into creating stuff. I've been watching Adam Savage's Tested channel, and I wouldn't make half of what he does because I'm not that mechanically inclined when it comes to tools. But there's just something about that man's energy when it comes to making and creating that is a vibe to the max. Like I love that he can show us how to make something and do it so like simplistic and entertaining at the same time. It's like the Bob Ross of prop makers, you know? And I really hope that he sticks to Gunpla too. Because I can only picture what that man would be able to do. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Ty. Have a good dinner. I'll be streaming Friday too. I think Wednesday and Fridays are gonna be the days. I don't want to use a big piece right there. We are sticking in some small ones. That's interesting. But probably too up there. See where I wish I had a good pair of tweezers. There we go. Okay, got as much as I can fit on that part of the ear. Not perfect, but it'll do. Not bad. I am tempted though. I'll put some more right here because I think I can get away with fitting a few of them. And then I think I might put some on the sides of here. I think there's some spots over here that I can get away with not being stabbed when I open this up. gap a little. I think I'd be able to fit it, but okay, done. Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna put some on the sides. I don't think you guys can really see this process too well. Apologize if you can. But I want to really maximize the shine factor on this. I wonder if they make small LED push LEDs that you can buy. No worries. Honestly, I just ramble anyways. So, participation or not. But yeah, I definitely think going this was a good part. Again, I apologize if you guys cannot see this. Here we go. A little bit of a gap, but I think it'll do. You know, I really wish these 1-1s were cheaper. I'd love to do a third. I don't care how long it takes to do these. I'd love to do a third. You guys want to join the Space Force? I find Space Force to be hilarious. I apologize to anybody who thinks you're serious. What are we fighting on the moon? Space Ghost. I had somebody tell me they were just as important as the Army and Air Force, and I laughed. I laughed probably harder than I should have. I've been listening, aside from music, to a really good Van Gogh audiobook. Like 40 fucking hours long. But except a detailed look into his life and who he was, It's really interesting if anybody wants to check it out. Okay. Who name? I can't remember the author off the top of my head. Um, Van Gogh by Paul Heiss. Heiss? Heitsch. But it's a behemoth. Granted, the narrating's a little slow, reading speed wise, so I have it put on a like 2x for speed. Just because if I don't, I'll fall asleep or listening to it. I have a physical copy of the book, and it's just as massive. It's like this fucking thick. Gonna be a small gap right there, but that's okay. I feel like there's probably a better way to do this, but I don't want to do it tile by tile, because that seems like it would be a pain in the damn ass. I'm not going to cover this entirely just in case I can find an LED that I can just push right there. I think for right now we are done on the inside. Not the prettiest, actually, sure, but I think it gets the job done. How shiny it is. I feel like if I sew the line better. That's somebody flexing right there. Would be good. It's also kind of got some weight to it now. I don't think it'll mess with top load. I'm just going to turn it around. Top of it. Get a little bit of a sparkle. It's a little heavy on the flaps, but I think we should be fine. So yeah, I just need to work on the outside a little, top coat it, and then work on the other parts. I feel like we would be good. Put that on the shelf. And I still have some leftovers in case of emergency. And if I don't need them, I will put them on a normal hilo. Maybe. They're awfully pretty to look at. Oh, you go for it, man. That's more important. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. With that. Yeah, and if you want, I will be streaming on Fridays again. Hopefully longer. But as for I think I will call it a night because I got a lot done and I'm kind of tired and a little hungry. So, y'all can find me at Creepin Freely for you on Instagram, YouTube, and Creeping for Skill Models on both Creeping for Skill Models and Tumblr. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and I will see you on Friday.